Welcome to Dynamo Dynamics, winning goals to digital dominance. I'm your host, Danny Perry, and with me as always is my guy, Kai Peterson. Kai, we just got over the 4th of July weekend. How are things?
Fourth of July weekend was great. Got to eat some hot dogs the American way.
Nathan, so were you in the hot dog eating contest?
No, but I did see Joey Chestnut won another one. But we did, it was a good weekend, but we did see some unfortunate events pan out in Texas and across the world.
Yeah, unfortunately, the hill country flooding was pretty horrific. There's really no other way to put it, and it makes light of it to say it put a damper on the weekend, but there are a lot of people suffering in central Texas right now, and a lot of families that are really hurt, a lot of lives lost, a lot of injuries, a lot of property damage, and so our hearts go out to everyone in the area, in the region, and please help out where you can. And then you referenced around the world, so we had in the football world, Diego Llota, tragic car accident. He and his brother Andre Silva crashed their car in Spain and both passed away.
Yeah, and that hurts the football world, hurts Portugal, hurts Liverpool, hurts. I mean, he's been honored now in the past couple of games. I've seen players cry. It's really sad to see.
Well, he's in his prime. I mean, he was 28 years old. His brother was 25. He just got married 5 days before.
Yeah.
He had his third child, was barely a year old, and for this to happen 5 days after the wedding is just it's just
heartbreaking.
Compounds the tragedy. It's just amazing. It's so rest in peace and condolences to the Llota family as well. And it's hard to segue into pleasantries after that point, but we wanted to acknowledge that and pay our respects to all those whose lives have been impacted by these tragedies. Well, where shall we go from here? All right, let's bring it up a notch. Let's talk some good stuff. The Dynamo played.
Yeah.
We have to set the stage though, Kai. We were looking at the upcoming 4 matches about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And last week in particular, we looked at this match, and I think my exact words were, I don't really want to look past this match because there's no chance we're going to win it.
Yeah.
And towards Real Salt Lake. And the Dynamo.
Yeah. Away, playing the number 2 team in the West?
At that point, they were the number 2 team in the West, away at San Diego. High-scoring San Diego, low-scoring Dynamo.
I know. I predicted 2-0 San Diego.
I had a very hopefully optimistic 0-0 draw.
Yeah.
And what happened?
We came out firing. We actually looked like a team that can score, which is crazy to see right now. But, we came out early. Lawrence Anali in the first minute had an almost assist. Yeah. I mean, Ponce really just the pass wasn't the best, but it was kind of cluttered in the box, but it still got it to his feet. He was 5 feet away from the goal, just missed it. But, that kind of set the tone. We were just ready to go from there.
But we dropped. I mean, we went down and came back. Anali, as you mentioned, what a revelation. He brings an element of speed to the game that we haven't seen. Honestly, we haven't seen that level of speed with the Dynamo. This guy, he's so fast, and on the goal, he was just released down the field, and he outran everybody. He made the defenders look like they were standing still.
Had a nice touch with his head, and then kept the ball in front, and then just nice and easy
goal. Yeah. Oh, it was beautiful. I mean, but you can see that, man, the danger element he brings is just so completely different than anything else we have, and I think I want to see more of it.
Yeah, we saw him last year, but then I think he got injured, and I think we both liked what we saw because he was very fast, and then he was out for most of the season, and then most of this season, so it's like we only got to see a little bit of him, but now it's like, all right, you need
more.
We need to get him a lot more minutes.
And indeed. But hey, we went to San Diego, top of the table San Diego, and we beat them 4-3. How about that?
Yeah, that's awesome. And I said we need 6 points. I think you said 6 is the minimum, and we got 6 out of 9 so far with Real Salt Lake coming up. So we got a potential to come out with 9.
There's where I was expecting the 4-3 scoreline was
Yeah.
against Real Salt Lake, because that always seems to be the scoreline, 3-2 or 4-3 or something like that.
I think this next week it's going to be a 1-goal finish.
All right, we'll save that prediction for a little later. But really a complete game by the Dynamo in a lot of ways. The defense, you could say, well, a little shaky or whatever, he gave up 3 goals. But with the offense matching at that level and scoring the winner in 90th plus 10 or something like that, that was a really good offensive showing. And that's kind of what we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
And if we can get some consistency there,
I kind of have same thoughts. I mean, we gave up 3, but honestly, I think one of those, maybe even 2, there was one beautiful goal from them, but 2 of those were questionable. I think that, one of them was just right place at the right time. Like, it hit off 2 guys' heads and then landed at one of the San Diego's players' feet. Stuff like that happens every now and then, but I don't think that's really a defensive breakdown. It's just you're looking up at the ball and you kind of lose sight of the attackers. But defensively, I think we actually still played pretty well.
I agree. Some spectacular goals. I mean, there were 2 spectacular goals for the Dynamo in that match.
Yeah.
The third was a penalty. The fourth was, I guess, more routine, but
Yeah.
it was still a team goal. Good ball, great ball movement all around. But what was your favorite goal from the match? Was it an Anali on the ball over the top and breakaway, or was it Ponce and that thunderbolt from 35 yards or however far?
I think the Anali goal, because we see a lot of long distance shots in the MLS, and but the Anali one just like kind of surprised me a little bit. I like it. I want to see more of him, so I think I got to pick that one. What about you?
The Ponce goal was spectacular.
Yeah,
I mean, it really truly was. But I think I agree with you. Well, I know I agree with you that the Anali goal, just because it was something we haven't seen, and it was so, actually surprising to see it.
Yeah.
And the way he pulled it off perfectly. He, caught up to the ball. He outran all of the defenders. He got himself in position, 1 touch, and then the finish. It was just sublime. It was nice.
Beautiful.
It was very, very nice. So we're in agreement.
Yeah.
Well, that leaves the Dynamo sitting at 8th in the standings. We've been on a steady climb now, so we're in contention now for the spots, right?
We got some momentum going.
Yeah.
We got something to fight for now. Now we can sneak up into the top 6 or top 5.
There you go. So we have to beat Real Salt Lake in order to do that. So let's go ahead. Let's predict it now.
I was joking earlier. I think this Real Salt Lake game is going to be a very high-scoring game. I actually think it'll be 4-2 Dynamo. We got McGlynn coming back. I think he'll have an assist and a goal. So
that's a good point. We have been missing Jack McGlynn, and he is he's been away on national team duty. We'll talk about that in a moment. But he's been missed. And this weekend, the Dynamo in that performance, it was the first time that they had really clicked without him. So it's good that they're learning to play without him. I think they'll be stronger with him coming back. And with him coming back, I think my prediction will be, I'm going 3-1 Dynamo.
There we go.
3-1 Dynamo. So, and that'll be 9 out of 12. It will exceed our expectations, and we'll start another 4. We'll start another 4-match look-ahead period. So, cool. So hopefully that comes to fruition and we'll move further up the table. But there was other stuff going on this weekend as well. So
we had a Club World Cup. PSG beat Bayern in the quarterfinals. But I'm not too mad about the loss. I'm more disappointed that one of my favorite players, a young guy, got hurt. He will be out for most of the Bundesliga, probably most of the Champions League, and it hurts.
I'm assuming Musiala.
Yeah, it just hurts, and it also hurts the German national team as well, because we have the World Cup coming up next summer. So, will he be ready? How will his stamina be? It sucks to see players getting hurt in a competition like this, where
especially it's right almost at the end. You're only a couple of games away from the end of the competition. It's after the season, after the major cups, and I mean we're basically at preseason right now.
Yeah, because I think we kick off in 6 to 8 weeks so to
lose a guy of that caliber right at the beginning of your new, or at the, however you want to look at it, the complete end or the beginning of the new season, that hurts.
Yeah,
I mean, it's going to hurt Bayern a lot.
Yeah, the Club World Cup, that was a sad day to see, because that was also Thomas Muller's last day with the club, and man.
Well, it sounds like this has generated some sort of emotions in you, Kai. What's up? How are you feeling?
Sad. Sad and mad. Mad about Musiala's injury, sad about Mueller. Yeah. Excited for, I guess,
any incoming replacements that you are aware
Not that
of?
I've seen so far, but we still got a few more weeks to sign someone, so we'll be good. And then we saw Real Madrid beat Dortmund.
Real Madrid beat Dortmund and PSG beat
Bayern.
Sorry, and
now we got Chelsea and Fluminense, and then Real Madrid and PSG, which, man, they're making PSG go through a lot of good clubs.
But they seem to be handling every club that's put in front of them. We've talked about it a lot, and we talked about it more off camera than on, but PSG is really having a year, aren't they?
They're legit. They're legit for sure.
Yeah. I mean, after all the almost, they've been every year with the exception of the Ligue 1, they've been almost,
and
the
Champions League final loss. They're always just so close, but now
they've won them all. Every competition they've been in.
Yeah.
So this is a good year for PSG. And any predictions on those matches? Because they start tomorrow.
I'm going to keep riding with PSG. I think PSG over Real Madrid, and I like Fluminense over Chelsea.
Agreed.
I think it'll be a PSG and Fluminense final.
I would love to see the Brazilian team win this whole thing. It would just, I think it sets a different tone, or it would be a bigger win there than for any of these other clubs to win this cup. It would be a huge win there. Yeah. So I kind of want to see it. So I'm predicting Fluminense. I'm predicting PSG. Yeah. I'm not going against them at this point in time. They're awesome.
I can't.
They're awesome.
And then we had the Gold Cup, USA versus Mexico in the final.
4th of July weekend, USA versus Mexico?
In Houston. But.
Well, it was USA versus Mexico in Houston for the Gold Cup final, where they've met 1,000 times before for this title. Wow. Predominantly Mexican crowd in a partisan Mexican crowd in NRG, and Mexico came away with the win. And honestly, it wasn't really as close as
Mexico
the
dominated.
Scoreline.
I think Mexico just really handled their business. I mean, we got that one goal early on in the 4th minute, but other than that, we didn't really show too many signs of.
Yeah, the stats tell the tale on that one with especially the 12 corners that they took. So
Mexico had 12 corners to USA 0. We had 5 shots to their more.
A million.
Yeah.
Well, not a million, but yeah, it made a huge difference. I think there was a whole difference in quality of play, obviously. But these games are always intense. They're always really gritty. Scoreline looks. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but at the same time, as we said, the scoreline really isn't indicative of how the game actually played. But congratulations to the U.S. men's national team for making it to the final. Congratulations to Mexico for winning the Gold Cup for the 10th time, literally for the 10th time. And I guess now it's on to the World Cup qualifiers. So we'll see how it goes from here. Although we don't really have to qualify, do we? Since we're one of the host countries, but play well anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Build some chemistry.
All right, very good. Well, that's about what we have. That's quite a bit. We've got Real Salt Lake coming up. We've got the Club World Cup semifinals taking place over the next couple of days, so we'll be able to talk about that and the final the next time we meet. And Dynamo, man, keep winning.
Yeah. I agree, let us know your thoughts on that USA versus Mexico final. Let us know your thoughts on the MLS games that have been happening, and also the Club World Cup. Let us know your thoughts on players getting injured. Is it worth it? No. But
is it worth the trophy? It hasn't been a good tournament. I think in the latter stages it has been a good tournament, though. I think it's been quality of games.
Yeah, quality of games have been okay, but the fans that are showing up aren't meeting the limits of the stadium, and
there's a lot of empty seats.
It feels more like a scrimmage games, but players taking it serious.
Indeed. Well, so let us know.
Yeah.
You guys agree? Well, we hope you had a great 4th of July weekend. I hope everyone is well. We thank you for watching, and we will see you next time on Dynamo Dynamics.